Thank you all. Are you guys having a good day so far? Yeah? Okay, great. We got some chatty people. All right. I just want to first off thank OREA so much for everything that they've done to putting this together for us. It's been an incredible tour, and it's wonderful to be closing it out here in beautiful Mississauga. So thank you guys so much. How many people here are paperless? Let's say who feel like they're more than like 75% paperless. Put your hands up. Good numbers, good numbers. Now, who here feels they're maybe 50% paperless? Good. And who has no freaking idea how to get there? Not one? You're honest. I like you. We're going to talk in a minute. Oh, photocopies. Excellent.
I have
10 copies of everything. Perfect. If you need to get a hold of me in any way, shape, or form, you can get me on absolutely every piece of social media out there. My name, John Ross Parks. Tweet me, Facebook me, you can Snapchat me if you want. Any way that you want to get a hold of me, I'm available to you, okay? And after this, if you have any questions about my presentation or is there any way I can help you going forward in your paperless journey, just reach out to me. I'm pretty much available all the time. Also, over the next probably 15 minutes we have left, if you have any questions, throw your hand up, shout it out. This is more of a discussion. I'm not really here to talk at you guys. I know that's really boring because I've sat there at conferences and had people talk at me, okay? So this is supposed to be a conversation, and we're gonna hopefully continue that conversation later on when we get to the 45-minute session. Perfect. So when I came to OREA and said that I wanted to do another session for my third Emerge, I said, I want some more data. I want to get some real information. So OREA went out, the amazing staffers took it upon themselves to survey the OREA panel, which is a group of 6,600 people. Okay, it's a set group. And we asked them some very simple questions about going paperless. We wanted to know what you guys, myself included, the membership, where they're really at with the whole paperless thing. Okay, so the first question that we asked was, how much of your office work would you say is now paperless? Kind of the same question I asked you guys. Really interesting enough, 2% said all of it, 17% said most of it. That's a really big number, but if you look at that graph, pretty much everybody else is in the middle. Okay? It's crazy. Over 49% are still working on it. So you guys that aren't really sure how to get there, you're definitely not alone in this journey. Okay? Hopefully by the end of today, you'll have a little bit more information to take with you. What do we have here? The next question that we asked them was of that group, how would you compare your efficiency now that you're paperless compared to before? And that's just the top two, so the 19% in the top. So 72% of those people said that they're more efficient. Their office works better. Their real estate business works better once they went paperless. You've got 22% that said it's about the same. I imagine that 22% is probably the majority of them that are in process, right? They're kind of learning to get there. It's not going to be pretty at first. I promise you that. It's muddy, it's confusing, and it's challenging. But once you get there and you put in the work to learn how to make this paperless life happen, it's freaking amazing. Like it's so liberating to be on a beach, being able to do an offer and not have to have somebody do it for you and pay out a ridiculous referral fee. Or when you're at the cottage, or if you were sitting at the doctor's office, you can literally work from anywhere, and I do. My business is now, thank you to the strong work of OREA, I am now 100% paperless in my business. I used to say I was like 97.823% paperless, but now it's everything. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so when I said I was going to do this panel, or going to do this discussion, I reached out to a very popular real estate group on Facebook, and I said, send me your videos, send me your questions. I want to know what you guys want to know. Peter Butler from the Port Dover area is the only person that submitted a video to me. So let's see what Peter has to say.
There are so many choices out there for online storage, from Apple iCloud to Dropbox to Google Drive. In your opinion, which service offers the best value to me as a realtor? Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you, Peter, for that. Before I jump into exactly answering Peter's question, The subject of storage is a big question for people. And it's a huge bone of contention, this whole cloud storage issue. And I do a lot of speaking at boards and offices around the province, which is amazing. I get a lot of input. And I get a lot of pushback from people that are reluctant to use the cloud to store documents of any kind. And one of the big things that I get from them is, it's not secure. That could get hacked. My stuff could get stolen from a hacker. And I'm like, you're right. That's a super, super valid point. But I said, your office could burn down tomorrow or flood, and you would lose all that stuff anyway. That's probably more likely, right? These big companies are out there. Their job is protecting our data. Are they perfect all the time? No. But what I do to make myself sleep better at night is I don't keep any super sensitive information in the cloud. Luckily, our brokers of record are the ones that are supposed to keep all of our offer information, all of the important documents. They legally have to keep it for us. So I know it's hard for a lot of people to let go, is the control of all that paperwork, right? The whole 7 years thing. But your office is supposed to do that. So check with your broker of record, see if they have things in place for you, storage, so that you feel comfortable, and then let it go. Let that paperwork go, because you don't need to hold on to that stuff. So I just thought I'd put together a few options for those of you that don't have your cloud storage solution yet. Most of you are probably actively using this stuff already, so I'll try to speed through it as best I can. So number one, Dropbox. Who here is using Dropbox? Show of hands. Lots of people. Great. I personally use Dropbox just because I've been using it for a really long time. And again, I don't keep super sensitive stuff on there just because the issue of where your data is stored is a very real one. And Cassandra was so wonderful to point out in my last Emerge session that we have to keep our confidential data that has to do with offers and whatnot, that has to reside within Canada. And, excuse me, we can't verify that the Dropbox servers are in Canada, okay? So don't worry about, I wouldn't put any of that stuff in there, but it's also Google Drive, which is the same. Also, does anybody here using Gmail as their email? Do you realize that if you send an offer in Gmail, you're storing that confidential information on a server that's not in Canada just by sending the email through Gmail? So we've got a lot of issues that we're still navigating through here, okay? So use your own discretion when you're storing stuff in the cloud. Also, Google Drive. Who here is using Google Drive? Some? Okay. I use both. Primarily, I use Dropbox, though. I've thrown the prices up there. You can find all that information online. I often get the question, how much space do I actually need? That's a fair enough question, right? I have a terabyte of storage, and I can't even come close to filling. I mean, I try. I put everything in there, movies and pictures and like everything, and I am not even halfway done. Okay, so you're never going to run out with a terabyte of storage. Other options, Fall Tour. They're here today. They have a great session this afternoon. Anybody here using any other options? Box, SugarSync, iCloud? Anybody? SugarSync? A couple people? Cool. DocuSign? Okay, that's not, yeah, okay. I'll give you that. Okay. One of the biggest roadblocks and things I get back from people, pushback, they say, I'm waiting for my broker to make the decision. I'm not going to do it until my broker of record makes the decision. It's like, put together this little meme because it's so true. Realtors be like, well, I'm waiting for my broker to pick. And then they're basically a skeleton full of paperwork, right? To this I say, push your brokers to make a decision. They're in a very, if there are any broker managers here, a couple people, I respect you guys so much. I know it's a very difficult job. You have a lot of personalities coming at you, asking for different things, right? I will say this, though. It's awful. I hear horror stories. I will say this. When I came back to my brokerage that I'm at currently, they didn't do anything with paper. In fact, my broker didn't even accept emails with offers, with listings. We had to hand everything in by hand. And to me, that's absurd. Like, you should at least give us the option. But I'm a little pushy. And I was able to gently nudge him in the right direction. Now our entire, all 16 of our offices, I think I'm allowed to announce this publicly, have signed on with Fall Tour, and we're all going that way. What's going to be really, really interesting is seeing how we navigate all the realtors who have been around for 30, 30, 40, some of them 45. It's very difficult.
We've had agents go paperless and they try and do offers with other people who will not accept the document.
Yeah, I know.
Frustrating.
I know.
Right on
I come up against it all the time. You just keep pushing. Some of you know my story. I'm a third-generation realtor. I work with my grandma. She's 73, turning 74 this year, and she's pretty much 75% paperless in her business. And she's gorgeous. She's a sweet lady. The age thing comes up a lot, or how long they've been in the business, and I really don't think that's an issue. I don't think it's about age or about experience. I think it has more to do with the fact that people just really don't like to change. Change is really difficult. And you know, we have a lot of changes happening in our industry all the time that we have to keep up with. One thing about this entire paperless journey that I've realized is everybody has their own pace. So give yourself a break. Take it at your own pace. You will get there eventually if you want to. Anybody retiring in 5 years? That's why you're here, because you guys rock. Sandra, you're never going to get to retire. Usually there's a couple people, and I say, you know what? If this stresses you out, you're out of the business in a few years, don't worry about it. Just go sell some houses and enjoy your life, okay? What else? What are we going to talk about? Okay, so back to the panel questions that we asked the group. What would motivate you to go paperless? Anybody curious what they said? Yes. Throw some stuff out there. What would motivate some of you guys to go paperless?
Less driving.
Less driving, that's a great one. What else? Time saving. Efficiency, good. Organizing you. So these are big motivating factors. Do you want to know what the panel said? They said, nothing. That was the #1 response from our OREA panel. Oh, they're so funny. But it's true. All the things you guys said, clients would motivate them. Ease, security, training. These are all huge factors that weigh on people's minds, right? So what's in your way as a group? What's stopping some of the people that aren't quite there yet? What's stopping you from going paperless?
What she had commented on. There are other agents who are not taking on that.
Yeah.
So it goes from you to them and then stops there.
100%. Yeah, and that's a big question. Those of you who didn't hear it, she said the agents are kind of getting in the way. You know, you're doing your part paperless, but when it gets to other people, I like to encourage other people, but all I can really do is me. Get my little bubble as paperless as possible, and I've done my part and I'm happy with that. We're never going to be able to change everybody, that's for sure. All right, so here's what the panel said that's getting in their way. Clients are getting in their way. I don't think that's true. And I'll tell you why in a second. They say technology is getting in the way. I also don't think that's true, because technology can help these people. Security, we talked about that. Paper is the issue, right? Hard copy, people feel like they have to have a hard copy. That's also kind of archaic. You don't necessarily need a hard copy. The real thing that I think everybody needs, I said thank you too early. The real thing that I think is getting in the way, it's us. We're the #1 roadblock to going paperless. Because I know every single person in this room is very capable of doing this if you really want to. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't have come here today. I mean, you all live very busy lives, I'm sure, and you've committed your time, your energy to this. So in this afternoon session, I really want more discussion. I'm going to basically just, if anyone's been to a bar camp, it'll basically be like that. Anything is on the table. You can talk about absolutely anything, ask me anything. I'll give as much insight as I can. But usually what I really like in the afternoon sessions is the stories that come out and the information that's shared between the people that come to the event or come to the actual session. So I understand there's a lot of really good sessions though going on, so I will not judge you if you only pop in for a second. Okay? I think that's it for my presentation, so thank you guys so much.